Hello Mr. Toews. We are anonymous. You have now had several days to reflect upon your actions. You have yet to apologize to the Canadian people for referring to them as supporters of pedophilia, or for attempting to infringe on their civil rights. You have stated that you are open to amendments on Bill C-30, which has been referred to committee for review. This is not sufficient. It has become very apparent that the purpose of Bill C-30 was never to prevent the distribution of child pornography. This is not merely a matter of opinion. You yourself, Mr. Toews, have submitted a piece to multiple media outlets, stating that Bill C-30 would allow police to crack down on, quote, identity theft, online organized crime, and many internet scams and frauds. In only a matter of days, we have gone from preventing child pornography to something as vague as online organized crime. How convenient it is that Bill C-30 has come into prominence at the same time as Bill C-11, an online copyright bill which criminalizes Canadian citizens making personal copies of media they have legally purchased, would block Canadian access to websites deemed to be criminal by the authorities, and would force service providers to terminate service to customers for acts as innocuous as sharing MP3s. Interestingly, it would be possible under Bill C-11 to block Canadian access to YouTube, the site on which this video is hosted, on the basis that it facilitates online piracy. In short, this government's definition of online organized crime is so extreme that it includes online activities engaged in by the majority of Canadians. Most telling of all, Bill C-30 was originally named an act to enact the Investigating and Preventing Criminal Electronic Communications Act and to amend the Criminal Code and other acts. This intentionally vague and confusing title, obviously designed to obscure the bill's true purpose, was later changed to the Protecting Children from Internet Predators Act, to better sell this massive intrusion of privacy to the Canadian people. Mr. Toews, your pattern of obfuscation and deception has only continued, and we are growing impatient. Anonymous has warned you this is only beginning. Over the past several days, we have been inundated with messages exposing all manner of political wrongdoings and personal scandals, some of which extend to the very highest levels of your government. However, there is one incident, Mr. Toews, that the Canadian public would find particularly interesting. It is an act that you concealed so well that it does not appear in the affidavits from your divorce. In fact, we highly suspect neither your first wife, your former mistress, nor your political peers are aware of it. This incident pertains not only to your personal life, but to the direct abuse of your political position. Information about this incident has been submitted to us multiple times, independently, by both named and anonymous sources. Think very hard, Mr. Toews. As we said previously, we have no doubt that there are many skeletons in your closet. However, upon reflection, you should be able to determine which incident on the lengthy list of your illicit activities we are referring to. There is a very real possibility that after the revelation of this incident, Mr. Toews, that public outrage will not be necessary for you to find yourself without a job. It is already widely known that you have engaged in criminal activity to further your political career, as you did in 1999, when you were convicted of violating Manitoba's Election Finances Act during a provincial election. Perhaps you are under the illusion that if you simply allow enough time to pass, the public will lose interest in the controversy over Bill C-30, allowing it to pass and protest it. Perhaps you are under the impression that there is no scandal so great it cannot destroy your reputation and career. Perhaps you are under the impression that we are bluffing. We are not bluffing, Mr. Toews. You have 7 days to reflect upon your personal and political crimes. After that, the Canadian people will be made aware of just how disgustingly unscrupulous and corrupt you are. And to every other politician who supports Bill C-30, do not believe for a moment that you are untouchable. Anonymous has received information implicating many of you in both political and personal scandals. This government has already been shaken by Mr. Toews' disgusting remarks and hypocrisy, its attempts to legalize spying on Canadian citizens, and the revelation that you have used robocalls to intentionally keep voters away from the polls. Directing voters to incorrect or non-existent polling stations is voter suppression, and is illegal under the Canada Elections Act. Let the next 7 days serve as a period of reflection for the entire House of Commons. Ask yourselves, how many more scandals can you afford? How many more of your crimes shall be revealed to the Canadian people? A government that allows its citizens no secrets will not be allowed any secrets of its own. Anonymous calls upon everyone and anyone who does not support governmental spying on Canadian citizens to submit information on any personal scandal, crime, or abuse of power committed by any politician who supports Bill C-30. An email address for this purpose can be found in the description below this video. Anonymous will never name or reveal its sources. The Canadian people have spoken. They do not support Bill C-30. You ignore their outcry at the peril of your own careers. The true North is strong and free, and we will never surrender our freedom, least of all to fear-mongering hypocrites who attempt to wrench it from us through subterfuge and deception. Anonymous demands the immediate resignation of Vic Toews, the scrapping of Bills C-30 and C-11 in their entirety, and a formal apology to the people of Canada for referring to them as supporters of pedophilia, and more importantly, for attempting to infringe on their most basic civil rights. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.